Police agencies across the nation might have access to your personal information. We're talking occupation, address, and relatives if you sent or received a wire transfer to or from Mexico.
Yeah, and the ACLU is saying the Arizona Attorney General's office has been violating your privacy and amassing all of this data since at least 2014. Investigator Melissa Blasius is here now with more. Melissa?
Yeah, the ACLU is sharing hundreds of pages of documents they've obtained showing this massive cross-border surveillance project, including demand letters used to get the data from the wire transfer companies. The Arizona Attorney General's office sent these requests to produce records letters to money transfer companies, requiring them to find wire transactions, usually greater than $500, and turn over all this data about the transaction, including the sender's social security number, address, occupation, and date of birth.
But the groups in this country that use these the most are people who don't have good access to traditional banks. That's poorer people, that's often immigrants, members of communities of color. And so you have government agencies here essentially preying on the data of communities that have some of the least ability to defend themselves.
An Arizona anti-racketeering law does allow for financial data to be collected in criminal investigations, but the ACLU says this was illegal because the net was too wide. Anyone from California, Arizona, New Mexico, or Texas sending money south of the border or receiving money from northern Mexico. The ACLU says the data comes from at least 145 million transactions.
A fishing expedition just sucking up as many records as possible, and it's violating people's privacy rights in the process.
Other U.S. police agencies can access the data, which is shared through a nonprofit organization known as TRAC, and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is also involved.
DHS paid for a big part of the budget of this program that created this giant database that they have been putting records in, and they've been taking records out. There's very little information available to the public now about what kinds of investigations these records have been used in.
U.S. Senator Ron Wyden sent this letter Wednesday to the Department of Justice calling for a federal investigation to see if DHS's involvement with the database is consistent with policy, federal law, and the Constitution. And we reached out to the current Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays. Her office just sent us this statement saying this program has been an effective tool in fighting money laundering, sex trafficking, and drug trafficking cases, among others, for over a decade. Courts have held that customers using money transmitter businesses do not have the same expectation of privacy as traditional banking customers. While Attorney General Mays values privacy, she will continue to utilize this tool to protect the people of Arizona.